so serene and peaceful here in the mornings at the North Polar Village. It almost feels like you're the only person in the entire world. But 600 or 700 years ago, this used to be the hunting ground of the Ulunchun ethnic minority. And later on, it was a place where people would come to pan for gold. Nowadays, people come for a far different experience. Welcome to Travelogue. I'm Michelle Lean.
1.5 hours from Mohe town is China's North Pole village, known in Chinese as Beijichun or Beiji Village. It was originally called Mohe Village until, that is, in 2006, when the locals changed the name to one that capitalized on their greatest assets, their location at the most northerly tip of China, and being the only place in the country where you can see the northern lights. On first impression, Beiji Village, tucked away among the forests of the Danxing Anling or Greater Xing'an Mountains region, looks like a sleepy place that is scarcely touched by the outside world. But the locals feel quite comfortable with the tourists who flock to their homes, curious about life in the northernmost village in China. Overlooking the Chita and Amur regions of Russia, Beiji Village has a history of over 150 years. However, due to the Great Fire of 1987, little remains of the past here. Walking around the village, I discovered that the homes, while modern, are made entirely of wood from the forest.
In the past, this is what the houses in Beiji Village would look like. The entire structure, including the gate and the main door, was made out of unprocessed logs. See here? You'd go through the main gate and get into another door into the house. Oops, doesn't really open. Well, that's as far as you can go. You know, you gotta keep some things private. And then right around here, that's where they used to keep the chickens. Most of the houses don't look like these days because, you know, everything's modernized. But, you know, I think it's really nice that they have these models of the old houses as a reminder of what it used to be.
Now, one of the things that most people worry about when they visit a village is the availability and state of the accommodation. I found many family-run hostels in the village that were both clean and offered tourists an experience of local life. But I was told that I should check out one in particular.
Look at the room. It is so cozy. It's just entirely made out of timber, and the best thing about it, check this out, is the view. You get, on one side you get the forest, and on the other side you get Heilongjiang. Fantastic, right? And it's not even expensive. It's about 200 kwai a night off season.
Some say this is the best place to spot the northern lights. But even without nature's spectacular light show, the unobstructed view of the Heilongjiang River and the Russian shore is unbeatable. Now, if you're going to spend a number of hours outside enjoying the view, come prepared. Even in the summer months, the temperatures here can drop drastically in the evenings, so the short sleeves that you can wear during the day won't keep you warm at night. This hostel was especially recommended because, quite uniquely, it rests on top of a restaurant opened by retired photographer Mr. Chin as a tribute to the Orichan ethnic minority and their culture. Mr. Chin spent many years photographing the Orichan people, and it was no surprise for me to discover that he had rescued 2 bear cubs from the forest and was raising them in his compounds, as bears are regarded by the Orichan people as their blood brothers.
Yeah, that's right. You like that. Oh, hey. Hey. Come here. Aww. You get it? You like my hand, don't you? Oh, you like it. You're cute.
这是我们鄂伦村现在唯一的在世的，就是唯一存在这个一个老的萨满。这里头他手拿这个箭头呢，是我在前面挖掘基础的时候，挖出这个17个古箭头，主要是鄂伦村最早打猎的时候，这么长的古箭头，大型兽骨，挖掘以后经过文物部门鉴定，距今得有600、700年了，就说明鄂伦村人在600、700年就在北极村这一带打猎生活。
The Orochen people call themselves the Riders of the Reindeer. They're one of the oldest ethnic groups in northeastern China and reside primarily in Inner Mongolia and along the Heilongjiang River. This nomadic hunting group once relied solely on the forest for their survival. Their food, medicine, and clothing all came from nature. While the Orochen people no longer practice their old ways, at Mr. Chin's restaurant, you'll be able to see the riding gear, household items, clothing, and hunting tools they once used.
你为什么对鄂伦村的民族有感兴趣？
我在上大学的时候实习，最早就接触鄂伦村族的时候啊，是在84年的时候，就感觉他不是大量的毁坏这个自然。比如说，他们这个鄂伦村这个民族常年生活在大森林里头，他们知道怎么去保护它，他们怎么知道有节制的保护动物，不是说大面积的猎杀。这是鄂伦村狩猎归来这么一个场景，临时打猎居住这么一个盖的矬篓子，它大部分都是用狍子皮做的，大约50多个狍子皮做一个围子，这一般是冬天用的。它主要是住的时候呢，它中间有个篝火，烤子，最关键它是睡的是狍子皮的睡袋，穿的狍子穿的衣服，
是皮，睡的床也是皮，是吗？
有的有床，有的直接就可以睡到地下，也可以睡到雪上。关键它的底下的就是在这个雪地，
不会冷吗？
它这个铺的那是袍皮，它是隔寒隔凉的。这是在这个马上。直接鄂伦村打枪很准，在马上直接掏枪就能打住猎物。这张照片是在打猎完以后，当天晚上回来再做这个狍子肉、喝酒。
With Mr. Chen showing me pictures he'd taken of the Orochen people, I grew increasingly curious about their culture and asked him if I could find any Orochen people in North Pole Village. Apparently, a family lived nearby. He drew me a map to their home and pointed me in the right direction. After some searching, I finally found the place they were staying in, and thanks to the magic of mobile communication, they were already expecting me.
你好。你穿的真漂亮。好，你好。
从哪儿来的？说的，从哪儿来？
我们在北京来的。
北京这么小。
你们住在漠河多长时间了？
也挺长时间了。
你教我一下鄂伦村话吧。
行。
什么？
你说阿布嘎达。
阿布嘎达。
阿布嘎达比。
阿布嘎达。对啊。对啊。你看过这个北极光吗？
看过。
你什么时间看得懂啊
？80几年的时候，86年吧。下子那天，也就10点到11点之间，就这个方向来了个那么大的光，完了到我们上边一下就扩散了，哎呀那个亮亮的那个，哎呀我说这是咋的了？我说这么亮了呢？
对，有一点害怕是吗？
害怕了，我用那个大伞布跟它蒙上了。
这样是吧？这样。
我都蒙上了，怕了挺长时间，我一看。哎呀，我是不是什么别的国家放的什么玩意儿
？Nowadays, the Orochen people no longer hunt in the forest. It's their way of protecting the wildlife. But they still hold on to most other aspects of their culture, including their style of dress and spoken language, although most Orochen are also able to speak and write Mandarin now.
What what happens is this bag here is used over winter, and it's for keeping little things like knives, and if they go hunting and they catch little animals and like, you know, rabbits and stuff, they can put it inside, and then later on, after they've eaten the meat, they use the skin, for example, like this, to make shoes and, you know, bags and various other little like trinkets. Oh, see.
那个大的小的可以当。
有两个模特今天，一个 the winter bag from the winter collection and the summer bag from the summer and spring collection.
不是线的，
线的吧？
哦，不是线，
不是线，
怎么做这个的？
那个刨着动物的筋，搓成线。
哦，
就搓，
哦，这样。
搓好的。
Yeah, you can't break this. This is like
几十年也不说，100年也不说。
She says even if you use this for 100 years and you tried pulling at it, it still wouldn't break.
In this weather, I was very impressed to see someone fishing in the Heilongjiang River. Few dare to brave the icy waters, preferring instead to line fish from the comforts of their boats. It turns out that Lijie catches fish from the river to feed to her guests at the family-run hostel. I noticed they were a little small, but there was no need to feel guilty, as she told me the fish in the river don't grow any bigger than this, and that I shouldn't judge them by their size, but by how tasty they
这鱼
are.
长不大，就长这么大。
She said that usually she gets about half a basket worth, but today the catch is a little sparse. See?
去我们家里看看吧，我给你们做鱼吃，你们品尝品尝，看好不好吃。
好，挺好的。
I could really get used to living in a village. There's no question that all the food is organic and free range because there's no alternative. There are no supermarkets in town, and everything that is eaten is self-grown, so nothing goes to waste. If they can't finish the fish they catch, it's salted and dried for the winter. While most of us pay exorbitant prices for organic produce, the villagers here live on a diet of free-range poultry, fresh vegetables, and fish. Seems as though we city folk are getting the bad end of the stick.
Ooh, it's a little stiff. Oh, wow, it's really humid in here. Oh, look. Do you see that? It's